Let's go.
Squad. Look at this guy, Kevin, over here, prepared like none of us are, man. Oh, Ed's got one too. Look at that.
I've been waiting to make that sound on a Thursday night.
Bro, I couldn't bring any back on the plane. I couldn't bring any back on the plane. It was so depressing. But I'll be back there next week, and I'm gonna drink about. I'm doing the 8. I'm doing Ed's Aaron Rodgers 8 beers. It's definitely happening. So fired up about that for sure.
I feel obligated to drink 8 now for the opener. After
we're shotgunning. You and I, Kev, we're gonna shotgun. I'm gonna come see you, and we're gonna make some magic happen over there at Tailgate Joe's. Guys, I just want to make an announcement. So on the show tonight, I have my big money fantasy league, 3 championships in 11 years. If only the Jets could run their team like I run my fantasy squad. This is why I have such high expectations. I'm dominant in the sport. Nobody beats me in fantasy. It's a miracle if I lose, and I'm drafting a team tonight. So the draft just started, and every time I make a pick, I'm going to announce it on the air. We're gonna come with the draft noise. So let's see. You guys can comment in the picks. Let me know how you think I'm doing as the show goes along. And
no Patriots, no Bills, and no Dolphins.
Listen, I would rather lose than draft a Patriot, a Bill, or a Dolphin and have to root.
You know what we did today? I was on a golf course. Rob, you'll love this one. You know when you roll up to a to the hole and there's the garbage there. They have the garbage holder. So when the guys got done with their cans of beer, rather than put it in the garbage thing, they put it right in front of it. And they put it in the dirt. So it stuck up like this.
I love that.
I had them all put the cans where they were empty, put them right there, not littering, not, standing up like this, so that we were advertising on the golf course.
I've been keeping all my cans. I got the empties on my ledge right now.
Ed, be real. What does it feel like to have your face on a can of beer? It's pretty cool, isn't it?
It's amazing. It's surreal is what it is. When you walk into a bar and you see a tap or you see somebody with a can of beer, let me tell you something. That's humbling and it's an honor. It is.
Wait till you see 60,000 people chugging them shotgunning them in the MetLife Stadium parking lot, baby.
Hey, you know what that is?
50,000, it'll at least be 2 because me and Kev are going to drink about 14 of those each on Monday night.
You know what I am? I'm honored and blessed. That's all I could say. And I hope we sell a hell of a lot of beers because John Monhay could use some help. That I can tell you.
Absolutely. Long time coming, Ed. Long time coming.
I appreciate it.
So, Jay, I'm a little surprised to see you in such positive spirits tonight after the announcement of the 53-man roster. So if you want to give some of your thoughts on Tim Boyle not making it, although they brought him back on the practice squad. Looks like Zach will be dressing as QB2. So what were your thoughts? Any surprises there?
Not tonight, Satan. You are not getting me with that one tonight. I'm in too good of a mood. I got my fantasy draft going on. We got 9-11 coming up. I couldn't give a shit. Eddie talked me into it. Fuck the backup quarterback. If they get on the field, no matter who it is, our season's tanked anyway. So let's just go Aaron Rodgers. Keep him standing upright. I don't care who the backup is. 15-2. Let's get it done. Starts on Monday.
If we have a backup, we have Zach Wilson or Tim Boyle for any length of time. Any length of time, we're in trouble. Now, I'm good for I'll even be good for I don't know, a game. Maybe I don't know if I could do it. So we need Aaron to be playing 17 games. That's all I know.
We're not going there.
We got big plans, Rob. We got big plans.
Jay, any chance you could throw up the link?
I'm getting that right now for everybody. Yeah, I'm putting it up right now. This is for out of state. This link that I'm sending right here is only if you're out of New Jersey. If you're in New Jersey, you get free delivery on $50 orders. I will get that link shortly for in here. But this is the
people that are out of Jersey.
Yeah, and out of Jersey, if you're in New York, you also get free delivery with a $50 order. So New York and New Jersey is free delivery. It's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They've been getting them out. They've been getting out pretty quick. And I just talked to them today, and they had to make a shitload more because this shit is selling.
Yeah.
Your beautiful face sells beer, bro. Who knew? All these years, man. You didn't have to be a fireman. You didn't have to do any of that stuff. You could have just had your beautiful face on a beer.
That is amazing. You know what? Thank God for that Brazilian fella that the illustrator for Disney Let me tell you something. He made me look pretty.
Yeah, Eri Welly, the Disney Lorcana.
Because this ain't pretty. This ain't pretty. You know, I ain't no Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali used to say, "I'm pretty. I'm pretty. I'm pretty." Fireman Ed can't say it's pretty.
Yeah, yes, it is. Manhattan free delivery. Anywhere in New York is free delivery for $50 plus orders, I believe. Don't hold me to that. Like I'm not trying to speak on behalf of the brewery. That's just as I understand it.
I think it is.
I didn't order.
I think it is because I have some buddies that New York, and I think that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So let us know though if anybody has any issues with ordering or anything like that. We're happy to help you out. So just hit up our DMs on NYJF Pod on Instagram or on Twitter.
Thank you, everything NYJ. You're pretty, Ed.
Yo, we got Eddie. Did you know? Did I tell you this? We got 42 influencer boxes going out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got samples going out to Joe Klecko, to Bilal Powell, to all the Jets influencers and beat reporters and everything. So they're all going to get it in their hands in time. The point of that, we'd love to send it to everybody, but the point of that was so we could get all the Jets community that's been creating content.
Thank you, S.I. Thompson.
To get a little group toast going, maybe like the day before the game. So we want everybody to have some beers in their hands. So taking care of the peoples that take care of the fans, bro. That's how we do it.
I'm just trying. When the people respond, I'm trying to answer them. So don't mind. I don't mean to talk over you.
You're good.
No, you're good, man. Rob, any thoughts from you on the Jets roster, in particular the 7 receivers that the Jets kept?
I was a little surprised. I didn't think they would keep 7. I was a little surprised at the number, but as far as the young guys making it, they deserve it, man. I mean, these guys played well during the preseason, and those guys are going to be on special teams. The one thing that's different that we know about those young guys, and I know for the last few years we always talk about Denzel Mims and the things that he was going to do. He just wasn't a special teams guy. These guys are. These guys are going down on kickoff returns, and their Gibson is a punt returner and kickoff returner, and actually running down on punt returns and kickoff returns, and so that's an added thing for you making a roster, man. When it comes to you actually fighting for a spot. So, but as far as 7 goes, I didn't think they would keep 7. I thought it'd probably be maximum 6. But it's just good to see because these guys are going to be contributing to the team. So I'm happy for them.
All right. So on a positive note at quarterback. Crazy to see what Aaron Rodgers has done, for the Jets culture already in just a few short months, seeing all these clips of him going at Jihad Ward and all these mic'd up clips. Ed, what are your thoughts on just how quickly he has changed the perception of this team, just for the fans inside the locker room, the way players gravitate towards him? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Let me tell you something. I'm glad you asked me that, Kevin, because you know what? Let me tell you something. When you seen Aaron Rodgers go after that linebacker from the Giants, let me tell you something. Aaron's got a chip on his shoulder. He ain't putting up with shit. Nothing. What's the matter?
You got, Jay? Who you got?
Ed's about to go off, and you got to announce your pick? Come on.
With the first pick in the Milk Narf draft, your boy Jason Coppell selects wide receiver New York Jets Garrett Wilson.
There you go. Right,
yeah! That's 17. Anyway, let me tell you something. Aaron Rodgers, what you seen with Hard Knocks, they can bullshit all they want. Those Giant fans could say, "Oh, that was all set up." Listen, that comes from the heart. That comes from the heart. He is all in. We thought he was in. He's all in. And you know what? The only thing that I got to say for that, when he came at him after the touchdown and he went after him, Mekhi Becton and all of them, go get him. Go attack him. As soon as he came a second time, you got to go get him. That was my only disappointment, that they didn't go after him more. And they better do it because Aaron Rodgers will fight. And this is what you want from your quarterback. This is what you want from your team. This is what you want. Enjoy it. Cherish it. Love it. Embrace it. Because this is what we were waiting for forever. Forever. He's all in. He's all in. He ain't putting up with no bullshit. We've had the foot on our throats for years. We never from the Giant fans more than anybody. Okay? Well, little brother's getting big and he's getting brash and He's had enough. He's had enough. That's it. He had enough. You see him running off that field going jet life? He means it. He's not here to play games, bro. He wants to win the whole thing. Let's go. Target or no target, I don't give a fuck. Excuse my language. I don't give a shit. Let's go. We've been a stepchild forever. We've been a stepchild. We've been stepped on. I'm done with that. I'm done with it. Let's go. Attack it. Jet fans, embrace it. Attack it. Let's go.
Rob, you want to hop
all
in?
that? Yeah, best in Hard Knocks and all these other stuff that we've seen. Having fun, man. And when it comes to a guy having fun, being all in and having fun with it, that's going to take a team a long way. The grind is the grind. And guys actually, you get tired. You don't want to be out there sometimes. But, with number 8 back there, everybody's all in because they know as long as number 8 is back there, there's always that chance that you can go all the way. You can make it all the way to that big game, and you got a chance at winning that big game when number 8 is back there. The one thing I will say, Ed, is that when Mekhi stepped in to get Aaron Rodgers away from Jihad Ward, the one thing I did like is that he was pushing Aaron Rodgers away. This is a preseason game. You don't want to get into the scrap and all that BS with the preseason game. If this was a regular season, I think it would be a different story. Regular season, I think Mekhi probably went over there and tried to knock his head off. But he's like, look, bro, it's a preseason game, man. We did what we had to do. Let's get out of here. And we're all healthy. We're ready to go. Let's get out of here with this stuff. We don't need to talk to these guys right now. We'll see them in a few weeks. And that's pretty much what it is. But just the fact that you saw Mekhi step over there and like, all right, yeah, we good. I got your back. But that's the good thing, man. And it's fun. But don't get me wrong. We've seen the clips of Aaron Rodgers actually, going off in practice. So these guys actually get things correct. But that's the kind of guy and that's the kind of lead that you need out there in this field, man. And we haven't had that in a long time. Like you say, Ed, all the time. We haven't had that in a long time. But
no.
Number 8 there, I think all those feelings of all of this sadness and everything that's been there for the last 10 years or so, that's pretty much going out the window right now. As long as number 8 is back there.
Can we address something real quick? Eddie, you were so right, man. Like, those motherfuckers, those Giants, they were taking cheap shots at Aaron Rodgers. Like, even if what Jihad Ward said was true, that, like, he was pissed off at Randall Cobb, you take that up with Randall Cobb. Like, why are you taking shots at Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers gave Randall Cobb shit about that hit, was scolded him for it in front of the team, and you have the nerve to take a shot at Aaron Rodgers? Like, that would never happen. Ed said that was going to happen. He's like, you got to get him out of the game because the Giants are going to be taking cheap shots trying to take him out. And
funny, they had no issue when Kayvon Thibodeau was doing his dance when the Colts quarterback was on the ground, though, right?
They were not in the box. They were not in the box. Listen, it's alive and well. Don't bullshit yourself. It's alive and well. Listen, they have 4 Super Bowls. They've been successful. They want to keep it that way. Listen, it's up to us to punch them in the face. Punch them in the face and tell them it's over. Let's win a world championship and shut them up. End the story, because otherwise you don't. So shut them up. They're going to do what they got to do like anybody in life. It's not just this. It's not football. It's life in general. When someone has you down, they want to keep you down. It's up to you to make the move and say enough is enough. And that's what we need to do. I don't want to hear it. Let's go. Let's start with opening day, 9/11. Let's go. Let's go. You know what you got to do. If you want to win a world championship, your first thing is to win the division. Guess what? It's going through Buffalo. It's going through Buffalo. Don't kid yourself. That's where it's going through. Okay? Let's go.
This game is 2 games. This game is legitimately 2 games. Because if you lose to Buffalo at home, you're down 1, but you're really down 1.5 because you're down a tiebreaker. Now you got to beat them in Buffalo just to get even, and that's no easy fucking task. So you got to win this game. Like you lose this game, it really fucking hurts big time. It's a big game.
It's there for the taking. We've been starving. We've been thirsty. Aaron Rodgers is coming out of that tunnel. Anybody, and we're going to talk about this later, anybody that's not in that game at 7:30, you're out of your cotton picking mind. Don't be waiting until I'll get in there at 8 o'clock. No, you won't. No, you won't. You won't get in there at 8 o'clock because it's not the system that lets you get in there at 8 o'clock. You need to beat the system and say, I'm going to be in there at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to go to the gate at 7 o'clock because I want to be in my seat for when we could rock this house.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the mindset. That should be the mindset. That should be the mindset. And it should be instilled right now. We started tonight, and it should be filtered to all the podcasts, to all the Jet fans across the nation. Jet Nation, the game doesn't start at 8:15. The game starts at 7:30. 7:30, the game starts. That's when the game starts. 7:30. Be in here at 7:30 because when they're doing their final preparation, getting ready to come out of that tunnel, we should have already done 10 jet chants. There should have been 10 jet chants by then. Make them nuts. Make them can't wait to get out of the tunnel. When Salah says, we're going out at 8 o'clock. No, we're not. We're going out at 10 to 8.
God damn, I'm fired up. Give me that fucking stadium, man. I'm going to tell you something.
We've been waiting for this. Aaron Rodgers came in April. Let's go. I had enough. It's 5 months. Let's go. I'm built up. I'm out of my mind. Let's go.
Rob, real talk, Rob, as a former player, if you put Ed in the locker room like before a big game to get a speech going, that gets the players juiced. I kind of want to start a fucking petition to get Ed in the locker room for a fucking big game pregame speech. He'll get him fired up.
What I told
I've
you,
only heard a few. All my years of playing football, there's been a few pregame speeches that actually got me ready to go. I'm pretty sure Ed could probably put one in there, man, and add to that. The guys actually be ready to run through the wall, man. But like you said, Jay, I'm gonna go back to what you said, Jay, earlier about division games.
Yeah,
it's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And it's talked about every single year. Every coach will say it over and over and over again. Every division win is worth 2 wins, no matter what, because that actually puts you in the position when you're fighting for a division title. Every division win is worth that extra win, especially at home, because then going to your division rival's place, there's that much pressure, that much more pressure to win that game because you're already up. So it's just like baseball. That game you're up is basically worth 2 games. So that's exactly the same way. And every coach will say that same exact thing before the season about division games and before every division game itself. But yes, 9-11 sets it off because Jets get that win. They're on a roll and they take that road right out from under Buffalo, where Ed just said the road goes through Buffalo. No, now it's going through New York.
Not only that, but then you take that momentum into fucking Dallas for their home opener. Like, as big of a game as this is for us, like, now we're going to Dallas for their home opener. And like in Jerryland over there and open, like, that's another crazy atmosphere that you're going to be going to. And then you got New England home, and then you got what, Kansas City? It's crazy, man.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about Dallas. I don't care. We got to win that game. Then we'll worry about the next one. Let's win that game. We got to win the first quarter. Then we go to the second quarter. Then we go to the third quarter. Then we go to the fourth quarter. We dominate the game. And then we talk about Dallas. Right now, I don't want to hear bullshit about Dallas. I don't want to hear about New England. I don't want to hear about Kansas City. I don't give a shit. We got to beat the Buffalo Bills. Beat the Buffalo Bills. That's the destiny. That's the mission. And I expect everybody in there at 7:30 because game time is at 7:30. It's not at 8:15. The game starts at 7:30. You hear me? This is the new mantra. Get it across Jet Nation. Anybody that's watching, anybody that's listening, no longer is the game at 8:15. The game is at 7:30. 7:30. Let's go.
So comment here from David. Do you guys think this is a must-win? We were talking about this
Yes.
on Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Must win?
Yes.
You have to win it.
1,000,000%.
I mean, it's as big. It's as must win as it could possibly be in week one. You could go 16-1, 16-0 the rest of the way, and then I guess in that way it's not a must win, but it really sets you up well, and it really puts you behind. It's a huge fucking game. It can't be understated.
No. Huge game, yes. Must win, no. You got 16 games after that. If that was if it was week 17, yes. But
I think more than anything, it's got to be a statement game as far as home atmosphere. We've been waiting 13 fucking years in that stadium, and we don't have a statement game yet. We don't have one statement game.
I was just going to say that, Kev. A statement game, big game, Aaron Rodgers' first game, absolutely. Absolutely. Must win, no, because you still got 16 games after that. But if you're putting it as 17 must-win games, that's a hell of a lot of pressure to put on the team. I don't give a shit how good you are. But yes, big game, statement game, Aaron Rodgers' first game. Should it be a big game for him to win? Absolutely. Damn right.
That comment was great. They said they could fire up a nunnery.
Hey, listen, that's awesome. I love it. Thank you. But, Rob's right as far as a must-win. That's not a must-win, but it's a set the tone for the season. You're putting pressure on yourself by not beating Buffalo. You got to go back up there now and beat Buffalo up there. Make it start. Listen, there's a lot involved. This is Aaron Rodgers coming to home to MetLife Stadium. Set the tone. Let them see that when you come into MetLife Stadium, it's not a gimme no more. Now it's home field for the Jets, because what do we want? What's our mission? Our mission is to forget Super Bowl. That's obvious. That's for everybody. Our mission should be home field throughout the playoffs in MetLife Stadium for the first time in our history. Never mind any stadium we've been in. That is the mission, and the mission is clear. The mission's been clear since Aaron Rodgers, number 8, signed. He wanted to be a New York football Jet. Yeah, I said it. A New York football Jet. Get used to it. Shut your mouth. It's the way it is. We're not the Winnipeg Jets. We're the New York football Jets. Way it is.
I didn't like that comment. I see you've been in the Instagram comments. Yeah, people suck, man. I don't understand what's wrong with people. I go back and forth because I'm just like, what's wrong with you people? Stop it. Have a little fun in your life.
Well, since you brought up Super Bowl, what was the last team that you guys felt was better equipped than this one to actually go on a legitimate Super Bowl run? Like, I've seen some people brought up 2010, although they didn't really have the quarterback. I know Sanchez, he played well in the postseason, but he's not going to, put the team on his back. Other people said 98, as far as the coaching staff. I think, at least in my lifetime, this is as good as it's been, top to bottom.
No other team, no other Jets team ever has been more equipped than this team right now. They have a dominant defense. They got Aaron Rodgers. They got skilled position players all over the field. O-line works out. Man, this is the best team the Jets have ever put on the field at one particular time to start the season, ever. So yeah, this is the team. Even though the competition is great, don't get me wrong. AFC competition is great, and it's a gauntlet to go through to get there. But this team has they've got the guys on this team to actually run that gauntlet. I do believe that.
You know what, Rob? The one thing we always forget, right? We always forget, and it's not we forget, but we don't talk enough about it. Is the special teams, right? So for the first time in a very long time, we actually have 2 kickers that are established NFL hardened kickers that have been through the gamut.
Yep.
All right, Greg the Leg and Tom Morristat, right? That guy, let me tell you something. Morristat, I want to see Boyer have that kid because that kid should be kid. Remember what they used to do, Rob? Forget about punting. Oh, you need a great punt here. No, how about a coffin corner? How about nailing the coffin corner? What happened to the days of kicking the ball out of bounds and be money? Don't even give them an opportunity. I mean, what happened to inside the 10? What happened to the Ray guys? What happened to these guys? Like, did we go away from that? Because remember, the good teams have done that. Their punters don't give anybody anything. They don't even give them an opportunity to kick the ball, to catch the ball and run it back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking about you got field position is obvious. I'm talking about when you can do it.
Yeah. The funny thing I've noticed, Ed, probably over the last 10 years or so, it used to be a rule. I was a punt returner, so it used to be a rule. When you're backed up, punt returners, you put your feet on the 10-yard line and you don't catch the ball inside the 10. You just let it go because you got that great chance of it already bouncing in the end zone. So that field position change right there. Coaches are actually coaching now for guys that catch the ball inside the 10-yard line. So they're coaching them to actually catch the ball at the 5. So I think that's why they've gone away from, that's why we don't see many kicks out of bounds at the 2, out of bounds at the 3-yard line, because these guys are actually fielding these punts now. So they don't let the ball go inside the 10-yard line anymore. But don't get me wrong, Morstead is good enough to actually put the ball back there to force guys to make that choice. Are you going to catch this on the sidelines at the 6-yard line, or are you going to let it go for it to go out of bounds? And you're starting right here. You know what I mean? Like you just said, Ed, we've got 2 kickers right now. Special teams is part of all of this, and I was actually adding them into the part of the team, the full team itself, as being the best team that the Jets can put on the field to start the season. Because yes, we know Zerline, Greg DeLay, he can make 60-yard field goals with no problem. Morstead can put the ball up for the coverage team to get down there to force a guy to fair catch. He can put the ball, as we said, and as you said, Ed, in the coffin corner. Haven't heard that comment in forever. Like, we haven't heard anybody talk about the coffin corner forever. But 2 guys back there who have kicked in all kinds of weather, all kinds of games, and that's what you need on this team, and that's what this team is made up of. And it's going to be fun to watch starting that Monday night. It's going to be fun to watch. I can't wait.
What did Salah say? Salah was giving props to Irv Charles, saying he's a beast on the way he's his motor, right? Special teams. So he's that's huge because we lost games last year through that, right? We lost games through there, in New England. And I'm a firm believer, Rob, in the coffin corner. If you can keep a punter from even catching a ball, and you can listen, like we do, like these quarterbacks when they do in practice and everything, you see them throw into the blue net, the red net, the yellow net, whatever the color the net is, and they tell them, all right, over. Why the punters can't do that? Yes, they can. These are world-class athletes. These guys should be able to get it inside the 10. When you need to get it inside the 10, kick it out of bounds inside the fucking 10. Well, I don't understand. They used to do it all the time. And these guys are better athletes than they were back then.
They lost the game last year with the Patriots because they didn't kick it out of bounds.
I never want to hear about that game ever again. That game probably was the most frustrating game as a fan in the history. That was the game where I gave up on Zach Wilson completely for good, and he'll never win me back.
But these are going to be the games. These are going to be the games where it's going to make the difference.
Right.
Winning a world championship, because you're going to come back, and special teams will be a part of it. And we have those guys. We have the seniority in the kicking field right now. We don't have Brandon Mann no more. Okay? They went through that. It's over. And boy, obviously a great special teams coach because he went through 3 regimes. 3 regimes. Okay? So that's a big part of it. I want it all. I want everything. 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 Let's every rock turn the fucking boulder over. Let's go. What do we need to do? We're on a mission here. There's a mission. We're on a mission. Let's go. We got to stack the wins. And it starts 9-11. It starts.
That's your pick.
With the 51st pick in the 2023 draft of my fantasy league, Jacob Hell has selected running back from the New York Jets, Breece Hall.
Yeah.
That's not a smart fantasy pick because he's going to be splitting reps with.
That's silly. Bro, Breece Hall is going to be our goal line guy. Breece Hall is going to get plenty of action this year, bro. For a 4th round running back?
Hey, Jason M., yeah, Salah is on that level. Because you know what Salah learned? He learned, listen to this, Jason M., what he learned was that he took his boy, Mike LaFleur, the first 2 years because he had allegiance with Matt LaFleur, okay? And Mike was a new coordinator. He realized he loves Mike, and Mike's going to learn. He may be a great coordinator. What he did was he went out and got Nathaniel Hackett, who's been around the league and has won and knows what it takes. So he can control what he controls, and he will have a lot of help in his ears from polished guys, including and utmost the offensive side of the ball. So that when there's big decisions to be made, it just won't be him. And that's part of coaching. He's in his 3rd year. We want him here for a decade and more. Okay? So we're watching him learn on the job, and he made his first great decision. He went out and he got a polished offensive coordinator. He got a polished guy. Let's go. I'm so fired up. Let's go.
I was just going to say, Ed is the most fired up I think I've ever seen him. This is awesome.
I can answer that too. Just think, the years that he was in San Francisco as a defensive coordinator, they were in the Super Bowl. They were in the playoffs all the time. You don't think offenses were targeting his defense? And he was actually out there looking at that as the aspect of, look, my defense has a target on it. He coached that defense, put him in the Super Bowl. So he has the talent there. He has the mindset. He has the fortitude to be a head coach with of this team. He knows what's going on. When you're coaching at this level, and you've got when you're a great defensive, offensive coach, it doesn't always work out with certain guys, but we can see Salah has that. He has the guys love him for it, and the guys, everybody that's on the team respects him as a head coach. You don't get that right away with a guy that's a young, first or second year coach, but everybody's coming here for a reason. He's part of it. He's part of that reason. While all these veteran guys are looking at this team like,
agreed,
that team is built. That team is ready for it. and Salah can get this done, man. I have no worries about that part at all.
That's it.
All right, so as we start to wrap up, if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I guess we can get to our toast of the week.
Yes. I want to start tonight. Let me start.
Run it.
My absolute beast that I love, that's being underrated, that goes undetected, that nobody's talked about in the training camp, and has held that offensive line together. He's not only taught a kid that's coming from Wisconsin who's going to be a stud, who he said he would love to go to his Hall of Fame induction someday. That was his statement. Connor McGovern, number 60 in your program. How underrated is that man? That man is calling the offensive line. He's holding the offensive line together. If Tipman comes in and becomes the center, he will step over and go to God if somebody's hurt. He will do whatever it takes. He took a major pay cut to stay with this team. Connor McGovern, I love you, brother. Thank you for the jersey last year that you gave me. It's the first one that anyone's ever given me. an actual player, and I have nothing but ultimate respect for number 60 in your program. A true warrior, a true New York football Jet. He signifies what everybody should be on that team. Okay? Selfless. And he just is there to take care of business. I hope we can raise a Lombardi together. Connor, cheers to you, pal.
That was a good one, man. That's why the toast of the week is like my favorite segment, man. Let's go, Kev. Since you got a beer in your hands, man, and I don't, Rob, do you got one? I don't have one, man. It's really depressing.
I got plenty in my fridge. Right. Yeah, I'm going to split mine between 2 undrafted free agents. It's not, all the time that you see an undrafted free agent make the team, let alone 2 at the same position. And then just seeing the way that Xavier Gibson and Jason Brownlee were, bonding in training camp. I think they split a room together. They were always hanging out. Just a great story. Both guys make it. And I actually think both guys could have an impact on the team this year. I think they're going to be involved with special teams as well. So salute to both of them.
Salute.
Kev, I'm going to follow you because I'm right there. That was my toast of the week as well. Both of those guys, undrafted free agents, guys they talked about it. They made, working out together and at one of the All-Star games. And they came along. They put the time in. They put the work in. Those guys have great stories. It's great to see that both of those guys actually made the team at the exact same time, and they're going to be contributing on offense and on special teams. For those guys who make the 53-man roster right off the bat, that's my toast of the week, so I'm right there with you.
All right. Well, I'm surprised nobody mentioned him, but I'm going to bring him up because I'm going to call him my most improved since last year over the course of the preseason, and I hope it translates. I really hope it translates to what we're seeing on the during the preseason. Jermaine Johnson, number 11 in your playbook, because Jermaine Johnson, man, he, remember like in the offseason, like we were laughing like a month and a half ago about that jackass that said it was like a make or break year for Jermaine Johnson. Like we were like, what are we doing here? Like the guy was a rookie last year, but he showed up and just balled out from the second that, that camp opened up. I mean, he was a standout, and, he's got that sick sack dance, and like, he's just become a fan favorite. I'm not ashamed to admit I just purchased a number 11 jersey. It's in the mail. It's heading out here. So I'm going to rock a little Jermaine Johnson this year. I'm excited about it. And so that if you get me to go out and purchase your jersey, who am I not to give you the toast of the week? So Jermaine, I am toasting to you as soon as I get some Fireman Ed beers in my hands. These guys clearly don't love me enough to send some down to Florida. So I'm going to have to call it my boys.
This should be a fun segment throughout the entire season because there's going to be so many choices to make every week, and I'm pretty sure some weeks we're going to be all in tandem, and some weeks we're going to be all have our own choice. But yeah, this is going to be a fun segment throughout the entire season.
That's life. But just remember, 7:30 is the starting time.
I'll be in there at 7 o'clock.
I'm serious. 7:30. That should go out as the mantra. That stadium should be 82,000 people should be in that stadium at 7:30. 7:30.
Can we be real for a second about Jet fans? Before I leave, I've been wanting to say this. We haven't had home field advantage in that building pretty much since that building was open, right? Like we've never turned that building into what like a Giant Stadium, like crazy game would have sounded like and been like, not 2009 right before that Giant Stadium closed and Rex Ryan sent out the game balls and called everyone up, and we saw what a Jets crowd could sound like. They know how to do that in Baltimore week in and week out, in Philly week in and week out. You go to these stadiums throughout the league. The fans bring it every single week. Crazy. Like we travel. Ed, you go. Kev, you go. Rob, on the road, and you hear these sounds, and you're like, God, I wish a Jet game could get like that. And I think that like if it's not like that on Monday night, this is what we've been waiting for all these years, 12 years of shit to have a relevant game. This is to us. This is like could be like. If this is the same energy I'm bringing into this game that I would bring into a Super Bowl, like I'm giving 100% max. And like, if you're not like that, if you're that asshole that's in the fifth row and the mezzanine and the club seats and you're yelling at people below you because they're standing up on third down to like sit down, those type of people, you know, you want to go to this game and drink a glass of wine and have some fucking sushi. You know, like I love sushi, don't get me wrong, but I'm not eating sushi at the game. Like, you know, let's get our blue collar back, man. Let's get the fucking crowd like it used to be. Like, enough of this shit. You want to fucking, you know, stay at home and watch a game on your, you know, 90-inch television on your leather couch? Cool. Then be quiet and have your drink. But if you're going to be in that stadium, I feel like it comes along with like a pack. Like, if you want the fucking team to bring it, like, you can have an impact on what happens on that fucking stadium in that game. And, it, you know, if you can create that home field advantage, that true 12th man, that's going to motivate the guys to run a step faster and bring it a step, you know, instead of 100%, 108%. Like, we need that. We need that. And if we can't get that on Monday, when the fuck can we get it? Can we just do it?
Listen, the mantra, and it should go to the Jet organization. And if anyone in the Jet organization is listening right now, just listen to me. I have a pulse of what goes on. I'm not being cocky. I'm just telling you. I do. I just do. You don't get 80,000 people if you don't know what you're doing. Okay? Listen to me. The mantra should be, and for the rest of this season, start it now. When you have a game that is at 8:15, the starting time is 7:30. When the game is at 1:05, the game is at 12:30. And if the fan base, because here's what we are, we're robots. We all do the same thing. We go to work at a certain time. If we leave for work, we leave at 7:45. We stop at the coffee shop and we get 8 o'clock. We know we don't have to be until 9. Okay? That can't be the mindset for the Jet fan, that I'll get in there just in time for them to come out of the tunnel. That should not be the mindset. The mindset needs to stop right now and make it start. What I'm telling you, you get in that game at 7:30. I'm telling you, and we'll all talk about it afterwards, because that will be a ferocious crowd. We will get so fired up, and they're not even on the field. They're not on the field yet. You set the tone for these guys, these professionals, these guys that are world-class athletes. They want to see, they want to be adored. They want to be cheered on. Rob is the first one. He was a world-class athlete. He knows. He told you this. I'm telling you, listen to me. 7:30. It's the new time. Let's go. Let's start it. Let's pass the word on. Let's get it out there. Get it out there right now. We have, what do we have? 10 days to game time? 10 days, 11 days to game time? Let's spread the word. Come on, Jet Nation. Spread the word, Jet Nation. 7:30 is game time. Let's go.
7:30. Let's go. Listen, fuck it. 6:30. I'll be in the stadium. I don't care. Let's
7:30, Jay. That's good enough time. They got plenty of time to party their asses off.
I'm just
They
kidding.
get in there at 7:30, and we have a chance to really cause havoc in that stadium before it's actually all the bullshit when the music goes on at 8 and they got the flag come out and they got this and they got that and they got all this and they get it. And we go, listen, we all love the American flag, and I wanna have the Star Spangled Banner. I love it. I look forward to it. But before that, there's a lot of stuff that could go on. And we can set the tone. Let's set the tone.
Guys, heard it here first. 7:30 start time.
Let's
Talk to
go.
you next week.
All right.
See you next week.
Go Jets.